Like they clearly felt like they had to get ahead of it.
Who do you think wanted that out more? Just to get ahead of it.
I don't think the Cardinals wanted it out at all. I mean, definitely Kyler would not want it out, but the Cardinals would not want that out.
I'm not saying wanted it out, but they know it was going to get out. Who would be the most proactive to say, put it out there, let's just take it, and hopefully it goes away?
I think Kyler's people, because the Cardinals would
just hopefully no one saw it.
Like it's just honestly, the Cardinals look worse than Kyler does. The Cardinals just signed this guy. They look worse than him. And they certainly then couldn't cut his legs out and be the ones to put it out there. Like you would put it out there if you traded him. You'd put it out there if you refused to sign him. You would not put it out there after you'd paid him.
Well, guy, if you were...
They'd want it out there less.
If you were addicted, let's just say at work, to you just couldn't help once a day, you clicked on a porn site. And I say, listen, but you're my best sales guy. And I say, I can't afford to lose you. And you want a huge raise. I'm like, well, I can't lose you, but you can't. I mean, you're making people uncomfortable here. And I'm like, listen, I will give you quadruple your salary, but in your contract, I'll put that I'm not going to take it away from your computer, but you can never look at porn again. Like, what's going to stop you? Like, what is going to stop Kyler Murray, who gets their allowance before their chores are done? Like, how does that never happens? Part of like why Josh Allen got paid or Mahomes, they had evidence. It's like, God, this guy loves football. He loves to study. He's a good player. You feel very good about all the recent young quarterbacks that got paid beside Deshaun Watson. These guys have been like, I want this guy to marry my damn daughter, And then this is like, they clearly, they think their own quarterback's lazy. They admitted it. I don't even know. You could argue it's not even lazy. You study what you like. Like ultimately, Peyton Manning studies football, or Tiger Woods hit golf balls, or Clayton Kershaw works his pitch. They're addicted to their sport. Like it means a lot.
And I guarantee you watches more film than Kyler Murray does every week.
I don't think Kyler Murray likes football that much. I think and when I say that, I don't mean he doesn't like playing on Sunday. A lot of guys like playing on Sunday, but playing quarterback,
I do that for free, as Ray Lewis said. They pay me for Monday.
They pay me to, and what was Ray Lewis known for? Study habits, focus, working with Ed Reed, getting game plans together. Did you see the quote circulating yesterday? Kyler's like, I don't even think I need to study. It just comes naturally to me. I have an innate ability to figure out. Now that was at Oklahoma, but that's like pretty big red flag.
Yeah.
See, I don't view him as I don't think like he loves baseball either.
No. I view him as a guy who is better suited for baseball, where how good of a teammate you are barely matters.
Yeah,
where,
I agree.
Whether you win or lose is not part of, no one judges you on that. Trout has 3 MVPs. He's played in 3 total playoff games, right? No one's like, who's the leader of this team? Like, you say it, but it doesn't, whatever. It can be anybody. It can be a second baseman. It can be a reliever. It can be a starter. It can be your center. But at quarterback, like this, you have to fit a certain mold. And one of the main things you have to be is someone who leads by example and somebody who is a good teammate to be around.
And tries hard.
And tries hard and puts in more effort than other people. And the idea that you'd have to, here's the other thing. They gave him independent study, but there's not even, like, it's weird to me. It'd be one thing if you knew this, we're going to put this in the contract and we know it's going to work. But the stuff they write, like Kyler doesn't get credit if his iPad is running while he's doing something else, which is how anybody at a job who's ever had to do like an HR video has done the HR video, right? It's like, oh yeah, play and then blah, 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 do other stuff. Like, well, how are they going to manage that? They're clearly, I don't think they think he's even going to do the 4 hours. And I do think it gives us some explanation. It is part of the story of why they get worse as the season goes on. Part of it is Cliff. His history says it. Kyler's been hurt. But maybe this is part of it, that it gets harder as the season goes on. And he gets worse as the season goes on because he doesn't work harder as the season goes on.
Well, in what world does it incentivize any human being, whether it goes from you making $100 to $200 or you going from $5 million to $40 million, to you don't prove that you did what they want you to do, yet I still give you the money. That never is successful, ever. That it never works out that way. It starts at the most basic level when you're a kid, right? Do your homework, then you can watch some TV. Eat your vegetables, then you can get some ice cream. Then as you get older, like whatever your profession is, do a good job and you get a raise. It's no different for Mahomes. Didn't just randomly get this contract. He had to fucking earn it. He went above and beyond, MVP, Super Bowl. It's like, God damn, and they loved him. Like, they didn't just give it to him. Like, ultimately, like, when Debo ever gets paid, the Niners didn't even want to, but it's like, we had no choice. See that guy? He cares of the playoffs. This guy, it's like, I do not study. You're putting it in here. I don't even want to now, but thanks for all this money. How does that make any logical sense? This gets back to, in what world, like Kyler, this is where I would have drawn the line. I can't pay you because you have not proven. If you've proven it, I have no problem giving you the money. Can you prove it?
Yeah.
How is he what's his incentive to do it?
Right.
What's his incentive to do it?
I'd feel a lot better about it if you told me he was addicted to playing Madden.
But a lot of guys, and in fairness, I can't relate. I'm not a video game player. They're incredible, right? You're on the headset. They look real. It looks like you're like actually like Rambo in real life.
Yeah.
It looks, yeah, you're talking with your buddies.
Or people you don't know. You're talking some trash that would not, like, you would not want the New York Times to quote you what you said on a headset to some kid in Germany.
No, right? But I mean, think the two gamers are the two Oklahoma guys. Baker's a big gamer.
Well, so this crossed my mind yesterday too. Is like, if I'm Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley's quarterback, getting ready for the NFL eventually, he's 2 years away. Like, one of the things I think, if I were a scout and I'm talking to Lincoln and I'm talking to Caleb Williams in 2 years, is like, how much do you like to study? How much do you like to prepare? How hard of a worker are you? Because wouldn't you say this is kind of part of Baker's rep also, is that
I think falls under the Kyler thing.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. The one guy, if you had to rank his Oklahoma quarterbacks, Jalen was the least successful when he was there and was the worst prospect of the three guys, right? Yet in the NFL, when you read the tier and knowing people with the Eagles are like, God, this guy can't stop studying. He works so hard. He does everything to like get along with his teammates. He's like, we love the guy more than we like the person. And Jalen is maximizing everything. Well, think about Jalen, Alabama guy. Dad was a coach. Like, one thing you would say about Jalen Hurts is like, that guy likes football a lot. Means a lot to him. Because you know what? Having worked in the NFL, do you know why I could never have sustained it? I like football, but you have to be like addicted to it. I say it like, ultimately, remember stories last year, Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp would meet like 3 days a week at like 5:30 in the morning by themselves. Kyler is asleep because he was just playing video games 2 hours before up to like 3 or 2 in the morning. And you can't convince me that he loves football. Not that he doesn't love playing football on Sunday and kicking ass, because he can. But that's not football. Football is actually Monday through Saturday at quarterback preparing. And you can get away with it when you're a defensive. Like Micah Parsons, if you told me he doesn't like to study, like whatever. As long as he stays in shape. And a lot of positions doesn't matter. At quarterback, I don't think you can circumvent it. And I don't think you can pay a guy and expect him to all of a sudden love it now. That's the steps they're taking are ass backwards. I think it makes them look infinitely crazier for paying him. Like, what was he going to do? Pout? Or do they just know we're fucked? I don't know. Kind of feels like they just like, we're kind of fucked.
Well, I mean, if you're fucked, shouldn't you just change quarterbacks then?
Or just play it out?
Yeah, let him sit the season out. I mean, or whatever, right?
Can you imagine if you and I were in the situation and Trey had the first 3 years, Kyler, and the whole thing had played out, and this was Trey Lance? We would eviscerate them. Now, Kyle would swan dive off the Golden Gate before he ever signed up with a quarterback that he had to mandate do 4 hours.
You'd be like, you guys did not do your that would be part of it.
John Lynch would have gone to Amazon and Kyle would have quit. But the point is, I only think this would not have flown. Eagles couldn't have pulled this off. The New York Giants couldn't have pulled this off. The Niners, it would have been so ugly. The Cardinals are kind of unique. Like, what is their fan base?